Alright guys, so we have an MCK Gen 2 here with us today. We've got a clear and safe Glock 17. And we're going to talk a little bit about assembly and what we do, some helpful tips for you guys to ensure you get a nice positive lock every time. And then some of the other things that you could potentially run into if you weren't paying attention to those details and the proper assembly. So I'll show you real quick what I do, and then we can break it down and explain why I do that. So again, take it back out real quick. And what I do, I'm right-handed. My left hand is obviously my sport hand. I hold the MCK in that hand, and that way I can use my dominant hand to manipulate the gun, which is natural to us, of course, if we've been shooting for a while. And this also allows me to visually see when I'm putting the Glock into the charging handle, which is the first step. I can visually see that it's all the way to the rear in that charging handle, which is very, very important. So once I can confirm I have that, I flip the MCK back over, keep everything natural as if I'm shooting, and that allows me to get a really great angle on the gun and ensure that it's hitting the rail attachment of the MCK. This rail lock up here is what you hear clicking, and that positive click is a good thing. You'll also get another one back here when you close the gun door, and that's all very positive reinforcements, audible reinforcements that you're doing everything correctly. Now, of course, everything is running free of any resistance or friction or anything like that. Now, what other people are doing that can be problematic is they're putting the gun in the MCK with it upside down. And it's less of a problem on the Gen 1 MCKs, more so on the Gen 2. Why? Because the Gen 2 MCK in general is just larger. We built it so it accepts, up to a 1.38 inch diameter suppressor, so it's much wider, there's much more room. And if I'm upside down, gravity's going to win. It's going to obviously push this Glock towards the ground. What that does, if you see, you didn't get a positive lock because you're actually bypassing that rail attachment, and that's going to throw everything off. Even if you're perfect in the charging handle, if you go to push the gun forward any other way than upright, you are probably going to bypass that lock. You're not going to be able to close your gun door here. You can see it's not lined up properly. And even if I did close my gun door and I went to go shoot, there's going to be a lot of unnecessary friction on the top of that slide. This is going to be really gummed up and hard for me to do. So the reason why we keep everything upright and natural is because I want to positively engage that lock. And the way that I do so is ensuring that I'm keeping the gun angled downwards as I'm pushing forward the lock. So I'll show you what I mean. So we're in the charging handle. What I'm doing is I'm actually pushing this gun, you can see, up and trying to angle it downwards. And that's, again, you keep everything on an even keel and ensure every time that you get a nice positive lock up front, and your gun door will follow right behind that. Alright guys, so that's the proper way to assemble your, in this case, Glock 17 into the MCK Gen 2. Keep in mind it works for all of them, M&Ps, 6 hours, Springfields. You're always going to want to make sure you're all the way to the rear of that charging handle, not missing any space, and that you are always engaging, if you have it, a rail attachment on your MCK. The 43s, 26 guys, you're not going to have that. But hopefully that helps you. Some tips that we use to ensure every single time that you're getting 100% the most out of your kit. Go have fun on the range, guys. Be safe. Thank you.